Right, I've picked on a more suitable market to be able to demonstrate the concept of a trailing stop. You can see I've offsetting by 100. You'll see the reason for this in a second. Stop at 5, place stop at 5 ticks, trailing stop, fill or kill delay, 30 seconds. I don't really need the fill or kill delay because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay, or I was going to lay Craigstown. Maybe I'll get a chance in a second. And the reason that I'm doing this is because I think the price is going to drift. We're a long way out from the race at the moment, but because it's quite a slow market, I'm hoping that in fact I'll be able to take advantage and show you this concept without too much difficulty. Here we go. Right, so I've laid Craigstown at 232. You can see actually I only got a little bit of it matched. We're going to have to wait, and yeah, we have got filled now. Good. You can see it's put the back order in at 13, which seems a bit bizarre to start with, but basically the reason that it's done that is it's saying offsetting by 100 ticks, so it's going 100 ticks away from the entry price of 232, and it's basically going to stop us out if it goes 5 against us, and it's got a trailing stop on it. So at the moment it says that if the price comes into 222, it will basically cut us out. It will basically say, okay, that's enough. This order hasn't worked, I'm out of here. And it will do that by placing an order at 222. Stop at 5, place stop at 5. If we do place stop at 10, it basically means that in order to ensure that you do get out, it will place it 10 ticks away. Whereas at the moment we're saying it will place it 5 ticks away. But what will actually happen is as the price starts to move, hopefully in our favour, you'll see that the auto close will start to increase, and that is because we've got a trailing stop on here. So what I'm going to do is, we've still got a long time before the beginning of this race. We'll return and have a look at this a little bit later. Okay, we're a little bit further on from where we were, and when we last looked at this, you can see the time is now about 7 o'clock. So instead of being about an hour away from the start, we're about 40 odd minutes or so. You can see that what BetAngel has done with the trailing stop is it's pulled the price in from 222 to 230, and the reason that it's done this is we've said to look, okay, we want to stop out at 5 ticks, but we're going to let you move 100 ticks, and we want you to apply a trailing stop. So basically, as the price has moved in our favour, you can see that we're up on this particular position. We laid it, I can't remember what price we laid it actually. Let's have a quick look. We laid it at 232. We've now moved to 240, so we're in profit, but it's pulled up the trailing stop behind it. So basically, if the price moves another tick in our favour to 242, then this will move up to 232, and the stop will be guaranteed to get us out without a loss. But obviously our hope is that this price continues to move on, and that we make more money, because then the trailing stop will come back up, and even if the price comes back in, will get stopped out automatically by BetAngel. The wonderful thing about this is because we have the Guardian facility, if you've got this market in Guardian, all of this will be managed for you in the background. You could carry on and trade all other markets, and this particular function would continue to monitor what's going on in the background with the offsetting, with the stop loss, with the fill or kill in the background. There's no need to have the to have BetAngel pointing directly at this market. It can continue to function without your intervention. You could carry on and trade other markets while you're waiting for this one to mature. So obviously the advantage being that if you want to attempt to swing trade on anything, whether it be a horse race, soccer, cricket, tennis, whatever you want to do, BetAngel can manage that automatically in the background. So the position as it stands at the moment, you can see it's just ticked up again to 232. We're guaranteed not to make a loss in this market now. The price has moved sufficiently, the stop has been pulled up by the trailing stop facility behind it, and we will not make a loss in this market. Obviously our hope is that this price continues onward, and then we'll be even more profitable. Or indeed, if we're happy with this figure now, we could just close and take this figure out as it stands. Incidentally, you can see the price just came in briefly there, and you can see that the trailing stop hasn't, and that is because the intention of the trailing stop is to pull the price up as quickly as possible behind the current price activity to ensure that you have a position that moves into profit or gets you out without a loss as quickly as possible. So if the price starts to come back in now, then it could end up triggering this trailing stop. But obviously, as I've mentioned before, we hope that the price will continue to go out. But there you can see the effect of a trailing stop in BetAngel. So here we are again. We're about 6 minutes or so before the off of this particular race. I tried to nip in and record this quickly, but the market just got the better of me. You can basically see that the price has drifted all the way out from 232 out to about 250 something, dipped back in. So what's actually happened is that BetAngel has cut us out with a profit of £17. If we look at the chart of Craigstown, you can see here the move that's taken place. The price came back in, it stopped us out, so we reopened our trade again, and then of course we had this lovely big drift here. Price has come back in, and this little move here is the move that has triggered the 5-tick stop loss. The initial trade went out, came back in, and it stopped us out for a net nothing, basically, plus or minus nothing. So we open the trade again, position's gone all the way back out, come back in again, and at this point it's cut us out. So despite the price coming virtually back to where we started, you can see that we're heading back down on Craigstown now, back to 232. You can see at the moment it's 230, 232, 234, blah 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 blah. We've netted ourselves a £17 profit, and that is because we used the stop at 5 ticks and the trailing stop. We rode this lovely nice big move out here, and when the price turned around, the trailing stop kicked in and cut us out before we could make a loss. And all of this happened on autopilot. I didn't have to have any intervention into this market other than initiating the opening trade. So that whole management of the trade is taken automatically. I'll close this chart here. If I want to now, I can just click the green button and we'll be greened up across the card. So for a £50 stake, we've earned £7.21, which isn't a bad return at all. And of course, if we wanted to, we could do this again. Entirely up to you how you want to manage it, whether you want to do it manually or whether you want to use a feature like the stops and the trailing stop to enable you to benefit in the same manner. But there is an example of how to use the trailing stop.